Hey guys, how we going? Welcome back to the most. Sorry, no, sorry, that was just me. That was my phone. That was Joe Rogan sending me a message, just trying to ask about how to be the most consistent podcast in the world. We're back, episode 7. That's right. You've got an episode for every day.
Every single day of the week.
You can listen to us.
You've got
every
7
single
episodes
day of the week.
for every day.
The most consistent podcast in the world. Ask your mum about us. She'll know all about it. Anyway, well, look, fair bit of footy's happened this week.
A lot of results. A lot of big results.
Yeah.
A lot of boring results.
Yeah, we were actually just saying beforehand, it's low key a bit of a boring week.
It has been. In all competitions, really, it has been a bit boring.
Yeah.
There has been a lot of competitions this week, hasn't there?
There's been, European.
Yep.
European.
Yep.
It's all back, and then obviously domestic Premier League's back.
Yep.
And
then a Carabao Cup Final.
There's a Carabao Cup. There was Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid.
Yes.
Which was
Yep.
I think another boring game, but
Yeah.
you know, it's all sort of happened, but nothing sort of happened.
Yeah, that's true. But as we usually do, we'll cover Premier League, as we are mainly Premier League here.
Yep.
First leg of all the European. The Champions League first leg is all finished. So
all done.
So we'll cover that.
We know who got through.
Europa League round of 32's finished. We won't cover a lot from that.
Well, there was Barca and United. That was about the only one really worth
the big game from that, really. And then also the round of 16 draw for the Europa League, which obviously affects us. So we'll towards the end cover that as well.
Yeah,
but,
awesome. It probably won't be as long as last week's. That was a lengthy episode.
It was lengthy.
Lengthy. But I reckon we get straight into it. What, we go Prem results first?
Yeah.
So I've not written them all down. I've just I've actually got most of them here, but just the ones I wanted to kind of talk about. The first one was Fulham versus Wolves.
Yeah.
It was 1-1. I thought it was a bit of an interesting game because what last week we said Manor Solomon, he got injured at the start of the season.
Yeah.
And he came back and he's been kind of on fire for him.
First game of the season, I think
he's made 3 substitute appearances. No, I think it was in pre-season he got injured. But he made 3 substitute appearances most recently and he scored 3 goals.
Yeah. In what was it? I think it's like a combined 15 minutes. He's got 3 goals or something like that.
So he's balling.
Yeah.
Which you love to see. We told you he was going to be a baller. Yeah. And here he comes. But I just wanted to talk about Wolves' next 3 games. What are they? They're still in the relegation zone, aren't they?
Wolves? No, I think they got out since they brought in Lopetegui. I always struggle to say that, don't I?
Yeah,
but anyways,
name.
He's brought them up a little bit.
They're
They've had a
15th.
couple results where they've now climbed just out of it.
They're 15th and they are what?
3 points clear.
3 points clear of it.
So,
but
but that could all change after these 3 games.
The issue is their next 3 games: Liverpool away, Spurs at home, Newcastle away.
Yeah,
that could push them right into contention for relegation. Really.
Yeah,
because it's
I really can only see him getting a max like 1 point out of that.
Yeah, which would be honestly, you'd take that. I reckon.
Yeah, I think
your Wolves, you take that.
Absolutely. But it'll be against Spurs, to be fair.
Yeah, Spurs. Yeah, which
we'll cover. We'll cover later.
So. But I'd put here: are they going down? You reckon Wolves will go down? I know we did our predictions already.
You know what I said? Yeah, and in my predictions, I said bringing in Julian. I'm going to say Julian because that's his first name. Julian, their manager, their new manager.
Yep.
I think I said that he would keep him up.
Mm-hmm.
First couple of games that he's had, he's brought them back to scoring goals. In the first couple of games that he's managed, they've actually scored some goals. They had that 3-0 game against.
They won 3-0 against
Liverpool.
Where are they?
Am I silly in saying that?
You're silly regardless, but
no,
they beat Southampton 2-1.
Yeah, but I swear it was Liverpool that they won 3-0.
Yeah, however long ago it was too.
But either way,
it wasn't super recent, but it was like.
3-0, boom.
3-0 against Liverpool.
So 3-0 against Liverpool. That was the second. I think they played a game before that. Like that definitely wasn't his first game for Wolves. But and then they scored 2 against Southampton. Like they've had games where they're now scoring goals.
Yep.
So which is what Wolves needed.
Yep.
Well,
that's what anyone needs.
And they've got the quality in that team.
Yeah.
They have very good players that some of them can be pushing for transfers into the top 6, top 8 clubs.
They've still got Ruben Neves. How they've kept a hold of him for so long. absolutely baffles me.
Yeah.
I would take him in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Marquee signing of the window for them, Mateusz
Nunes. He was looking like he was going to Liverpool.
Yeah,
And then Wolves pulled
exactly.
him
So, they've got really some quality Portuguese players,
off.
Brazilian Portuguese players.
Yeah.
But
So-
yeah.
It'd be interesting to see where they do finish. After those 3 running games, I'm sure they can push on a bit.
Yeah, I definitely had them to stay up.
Yeah.
I think I probably actually, you know what? I think I did have them around that 15th.
Yeah.
But
That probably makes sense for
yeah.
Wolves.
Who knows? These 3 games, they lose all of them, and they could be in the relegation so again. So
Speaking of staying up, West Ham versus Forest was the next game I put down. West Ham smashed Forest.
Yeah.
4-0.
yeah, they're back, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, it seems like it. They've had a couple good results. No, not against anyone crazy.
It looks like Moyes boys they're back on fire.
Moyes boys.
Moyes boys. Declan Rice scored a mad goal as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're now out of the relegation zone.
Yeah.
But similarly to Wolves, their next 3 games are against 3 of the top 4. West Ham. I'm not sure
are we
in
one
what
of them?
order, but we're not one of them. So
No.
they've got City. Newcastle, and I think United.
Okay. Oh wow, that's really tough.
That is the rest of the 3.
That is really tough.
So yeah, they're 16th now. They're sitting 2 points clear of the relegation zone as well. But yeah, well, United in the FA Cup. Oh, so Brighton.
Oh, you fucking bottled
then,
that.
yeah,
you
so-
bottled that.
So I
mate.
bottled that.
Anyways.
But United in the FA Cup.
They still have tough
Brighton,
games.
And they're still in the Conference League too.
Yep.
So they're still in the FA Cup, still in the Conference League.
Yeah.
So their fixture congestion is piling up too.
Yeah.
So they got Villa and then City and then Newcastle. So
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah. No. Again, same sort of thing. I think. I don't know. They've got too much quality in that team to go down.
Yeah.
I think I was surprised that they were down there, especially how they played last year.
Players. They got like
Yeah.
Fornals, Ben Rama, and
Bowen.
obviously Rice, Bowen, who's found a bit of form recently. Bowen, Antonio Scamacca.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've got a decent team.
Yeah.
I
They
don't
do.
see them going down.
No.
They should hold on.
No, but Forest. What do you think about Forest then? Obviously, they've had some really decent results. And that's we said it
They drew with City
at some
and
point
now
where they,
lost to-
as much as they look, it's like at the start of the season, you know, a lot of people probably did put them to be around down the bottom, but they just seem to be able to pull off results that
out of nowhere.
it's just
sort
like
of thing.
kind of just like 1-0 wins, draws, but it's keeping them up. It's like they're around that kind of mid-table sort of.
One thing I did want to say is that they signed Navas,
Yeah.
Keylor Navas,
Yeah.
and he's not been as he's not really been what I expect him to be.
Well, I don't know. He kept a clean sheet on his debut, didn't he?
Yeah,
Got man of the
but
match in that game, I think, and
since then he's kind of
yeah.
Some of the West Ham goals weren't great.
Yeah.
Obviously, Declan Rice's goal was insane, but apart from that, I feel like he could have been doing a little bit better.
To be fair, kept City to only score 1 goal the other day, the other
true.
week.
Yep.
So I mean, like it's mixed. It's tough for him. Like Forest is a tough team for him to come against, or come play for. Really, you're always going to have games where you can't really do much.
Yeah.
Like as a goalkeeper, really, you can only do so much. So if you're keeping City to only score 1, if you're keeping clean sheets for Forest, it's actually very good. But this game for him, I guess, you know, not as.
So onto City then. They won 4-1 against Bournemouth, which we both said would be. we both knew City would just go crazy on them because their last couple of results haven't been great. They need to get back on the horse. Who better to do it than against Bournemouth?
Yeah.
We
both backed them high scoring against Forest last week. Didn't work out. They drew, and then similarly this week did it again.
And they made it pretty routine.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think now that's going to help them kick on for the run in.
Yeah.
What we looked at their next 6 fixtures last week, didn't we?
We did.
But yeah, I think they're really going to kick on now. Haaland's back in form.
Yeah.
And interestingly, Pep played Haaland and Julian Alvarez. Played him in a 2 up top.
Okay.
And I really like Julian Alvarez. Honestly.
Oh, I love Julian Alvarez. Seeing him,
he would start, I think, at every other team in the league.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure, he would.
He could even push Haaland.
Well, this is the thing. I think
they're just different players.
This is the thing, and I don't think Guardiola would be scared to push Haaland out for Alvarez if Haaland was not if his form really dropped off.
Yeah.
Like, I think it would take a bit,
Yep.
but I don't think Pep would be the guy to just keep Haaland in there
think-
because it's Haaland.
I think Alvarez offers a lot more.
Mm.
And he's going to bring a lot more to the game in terms of link up, in terms of dropping back.
I feel like
bringing
Alvarez
players
is just
into it.
is Aguero in my eyes.
I feel like if they didn't have De Bruyne, Alvarez would probably be starting. Because with Haaland up top, you can just feed him balls. You can just put the ball in the box for him, and he 99 times out of 10 he's going to score.
I think the thing that Haaland offers more than, I would say, anybody. Well, more like there's probably only a handful of players that offer this in the game now.
Yeah.
Is presence.
Yeah, presence, blood.
Yeah, but and Alvarez doesn't have that. Haaland absolutely does.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if he
He's got
drops a
aura.
stinker,
He's got aura.
it's like the defenders are probably there shitting themselves the entire game,
Look, he could play shit for 90 minutes, but
like he did against Leipzig.
but those 5 minutes of like added time, whatever, he's still going to be on
yeah,
you, right.
no,
He's going to be hassling you.
yeah. You make any sort of
He's
mistake,
big.
and he will be there.
A loose ball in the box, just a randomly whipped in
Yeah.
ball. He's gonna try and get on the end of it, and that's all he needs to just make it count. Palace Liverpool.
I was going to say surprising, but not really, because we predicted it, kind of, didn't we?
Yeah, look, we both said a 1-1,
Yeah,
and it was just a 0-0, a bit of a bore draw.
yeah.
And yeah, that's what we were saying.
Yeah.
Palace they're just weird. Like we've said,
That was the reason that we chose that result. We both said 1-1 for this game.
Exactly, just because it's weird.
Because Palace, it's like, well, you'd expect them to lose this game,
Yeah.
but because they are the way they are,
Yeah.
you were like, well, okay, I reckon get a draw here,
Yeah,
and they do, which great result for them.
Yeah.
One
for
thing about
Palace,
Palace have not won a game in, I want to say 2023.
Really?
I don't think they've won a game
Really?
in 2023.
No, I have to reference.
I do not think they've won a game this
I
year.
have to cross-reference.
They've got
that.
like at least 3 or 4 draws, but they've not won a game. I'm actually
No, I know they've.
now
I know
that
they've
I've
got,
said it, now that I've put it out there, I'm pretty certain it actually is true.
I know they've got a bunch of draws. So they drew with Liverpool, drew with Brentford, drew with Brighton, lost to United, drew with Newcastle, drew with United, lost to Palace. Yeah, okay. Oh, so they won on the first.
Yes,
on the
but
1st of January.
that's in the new year here.
Yeah. Okay.
So for them, that's 31st. That's New Year's.
okay.
That's
No, that checks out then.
yeah. So in
enough.
2023, they haven't won a game,
They've not won a game.
which
That's
as much
actually-
as
that's pretty
we've been
grim
saying, they're
scenes.
kind of up and down. Like they get results against teams they shouldn't.
That's pretty
I think
grim
they're
scenes
just
for
really
Vieira, I
they're
can't
not.
lie.
Yeah, they're struggling, aren't they? So they've
Look,
got a couple games now
They've
that
had a couple challenging games, like Liverpool,
Yeah.
United twice.
yeah,
Brighton,
and that's the thing as well.
Brentford
But
have
there's
been
the thing
doing well,
that their
Newcastle,
draws,
so-
they've got draws against United, Newcastle, Liverpool. They're
Yeah.
3 games you probably wouldn't
Yeah,
expect them
exactly.
because of those results previously
They
that you
lost
wouldn't
to
expect them to get
Southampton,
those.
They held 4
Yeah.
to Spurs. They lost 3-0 to Fulham.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
I don't know. It's pretty grim, and it's kind of what you'd expect from Vieira.
yeah,
Like I don't think he's anything super
No.
special.
no.
But yeah, what Liverpool are they back with a draw?
Back in terms of, do we reckon they're going to push top 4?
No, I think top 4's way out of the question.
I think top 4's.
I think
top 4's basically set. Like I think there's only 5 teams that can get top 4
I think
right
top
now.
6 is on the cards for him.
Yeah.
And I think I said that in my
And
predictions as well.
I think they'll take that. To be
but
honest,
yeah,
considering the season they've had.
yeah. I think Liverpool would be buzzing with top 6.
Yeah,
Well,
if they got 6th or 5th or
at the
something
start
like
of
that,
the
I
season
think
they
they would
wouldn't
take
be.
it. Yeah,
But
for sure.
You look at it now, they'd be like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll take Europe, and not the Fugazi
Yeah,
competition.
yeah.
But I think we talked about it last week, but Gakpo's evaded the 007 allegations.
Yeah, he did. And he scored.
He's
he
got
scored.
2 goals now, I think.
Yeah, he does.
he
And
looks
you
like
know
he's
what?
come good.
Watching him in the World Cup, watching him for PSV, he honestly, we said it. We were linked with him last season, weren't we?
Yeah.
And as much as at the start, we were kind of like, yeah, absolutely, we take him. Like he looks lethal. It's been a while since. It's hard to get a player who's as tall as he is, but then also as athletic.
With the quality ball striking and the ability on the ball,
Yeah.
he looks like. I think he'll come good.
I think he
honestly.
will
I
as
think
well.
He'll come good
Yeah.
for sure. Spurs Chelsea happened this morning, last night,
Yes.
if you will.
Yeah.
2-0 to Spurs.
Yeah.
Which I've written here Chelsea with 9 L's because
With
they've taken 9 L's this season.
Yeah.
Their record is 8 wins, 7 draws, and 9 L's, which is,
That's tough.
it's not great, is it?
They're another team like Liverpool who are stuck down in that kind of 8th, 9th, 10th, aren't they?
In a bit of a rut.
And
We say
unlike
it
them,
every week.
I think Chelsea, I feel like they'd almost take a top 10 finish this season.
I feel like they just wouldn't care anymore
Yeah.
about the Premier League.
Well, do they even have? They're in that position where they don't even have. If they get knocked out of the Champions League, they have nothing.
Yep.
They have
They're
nothing
not
to
in the
push
FA
for.
Cup anymore, I don't think.
They're not in the FA Cup. They aren't
Carabao
in
just
any
finished.
any cup competition still. They can't win anything.
So
They're almost in that kind of
it's a
that
grim
Aston
season
Villa
for 'em.
Palace spot every season where
Yeah.
they're fighting for nothing halfway through
I
the
would
season.
not be surprised to see them finish top 2 next season, though.
I don't know. I feel like top 2 is pushing it. I think they'll be up there in the top 4.
Yeah. Well, here's something as well. Will Mourinho come back?
Will he come back? I don't know. I think if he did, I don't know how good it would be for them.
I think Mourinho's passed. I think he has been for a
Mourinho's
while.
passed. I don't even think he'd want to come back.
I feel like
Because-
they've got a better chance under Potter trying
Yeah.
to turn it around than
Yeah.
bringing in Mourinho players.
Yeah.
Harambe.
Yeah.
So. But there was a goal in that. Oliver Skip.
Banger.
What a goal.
What a banger,
What a
right.
banger.
I did not expect that from him.
Oh
I
my
used to have a Spurs mate. So Spurs mate of mine, always used to, there was 2 players that he always used to chat up being like, this guy is the guy.
Don't say
There was
Skip.
2 of them. One of them was Skip, right? One of them was Skip.
I've never seen it.
And you know what the other one was? Juan Foyth.
Fourth? Nah, that's
And that was the
big.
biggest L I've ever seen him
That's
take ever. That might have been
actually-
the biggest L. And it was crazy. He used to say that, and then I'm pretty sure it was a couple game, it was at some point in that season that he
Yeah.
goes and scores an own goal against us.
Who, fourth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or something like that. I
I
can't
think I
remember.
remember that as well.
But yeah, that was so funny.
Yeah. That's crazy. Fourth, no way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Skip, I owe you an apology. I wasn't familiar with your game. So.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't go that
Nah,
far.
I honestly wouldn't go
I think
that
he's
far
still a
either.
bit average, but
That's
I
probably-
mean, it was a great goal.
It's probably the
It was
only
a good
thing
goal.
he's done with his career to date.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we keep backing Chelsea. I know we're back on Chelsea now, but
Yeah.
we keep backing Chelsea, and they just never come back.
No.
So
4 weeks in a row now that I
last
think
week-
I don't know about you,
Yeah, I
but
was
I've
as well.
backed Chelsea 4 games in a row
I
to
think
win.
since we started, I backed Chelsea every week
Yeah.
to get a win.
Same.
And then last week I didn't, and
Yeah.
it's paid off. So,
So
but
I'm at a crossroads this week,
they're
but
currently sat 26 points behind Arsenal at the top.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it so much.
Shrink it in.
Yeah.
I think they're closer to the bottom than they are the top. I think.
Yeah. Oh, I love that so much. It gives me flashbacks to their season, the Leicester winning season, where
Yeah.
they finished 10th,
Yeah.
where they
That's
they
what I'm saying.
stunk that season.
That's what I'm saying.
They
Next season they
reeked.
could come back and win it.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, and that's why I'm not I'm not saying they wouldn't.
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like top 2. I think next season is going to be incredibly competitive from all
say
the
this
big
every
6
year,
teams.
though. We say this every year.
Yeah, but I don't know. Next season, it just seems like it is.
It is.
I think because
Liverpool
we say that,
probably make signing.
but realistically, we say that, but we weren't really in contention.
Yep.
United were thereabouts. They,
Who lost season?
they're on and off. Like they had that season that they came second.
Yep.
Um,
Jose Mourinho's greatest career
yeah,
accomplishment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But again, they weren't pushing for titles really. Like they weren't the United that they used to be.
Yeah.
Now this United team looks very good, and we'll get onto their game, especially this morning's one.
Yep.
They look good. Chelsea have made the signings to be good.
Yep.
I think if
needed to click for him,
Yeah, I think if Liverpool make the signings, they can be back.
which they really need to make the signings.
Yeah.
Which they just don't. Their board is just
Yeah. But I think out of all the big 6 teams, I think Spurs are the ones who are going to struggle most next season. Only because
God willing.
I just don't think they have nothing special about them.
They really don't, do they?
They just, I don't see something
Kane's
there.
getting older. Son's getting older.
Exactly, and they don't have anyone coming through that looks any good.
Yep.
Richarlison, they spent 50 million on Richarlison.
He's not got a goal yet.
and he hasn't scored. And
He's
this guy
still not got a
reeks
goal.
blood. He stinks, and he's just. They don't have anything. Their
They don't have
midfield, their
anything
midfield
to
is
afford to.
Skip and Bentancur and Højbjerg.
I will say I do
It's
think they've got the best stadium in the.
Oh,
in the
well,
league.
that's the only thing they've got
It's
going
such a
for them,
sick
really.
stadium.
Their owner stinks.
They don't have an atmosphere to fill it though.
Yeah.
So.
I would hate to be them.
Yeah.
Really.
Genuinely.
I would hate to be them.
Ooh, what? Skip's their best youngster, and he's. I
He's
know
not
we
even
just
young,
said
is he?
he's
He's like 23,
Yeah, he's
24 or
probably-
something like that. He's
like what kind of what other youth do they have?
well, they had Tanganga a couple seasons
They got
ago.
Sessegnon, but he's
who-
23 as well now.
Yeah. They really have nothing. Lloris is injured, who even then he wasn't even that good this season.
Lloris is dead.
They got Forster in goal. Like they just Romero, who they think is fucking top 5 centre backs in the league,
They're
is
chatting,
just
brother.
reeks. Like
He'd be lucky to-
he was never that guy.
He'd be lucky to get top 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
But-
anyway.
Anyways,
so
Spurs reek. That's the moral of the story
Yeah.
here, is that they'll stink and they'll always
If you
stink.
take anything away from this, it's that Spurs are us.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
There was a final this morning.
There was a final.
It was a Carabao Cup final,
Mm.
and it ended 2-0 United against Newcastle.
Yeah.
Newcastle fans were making themselves known.
Mm.
They were loud. They were proud.
And I really
They
liked
filled the
seeing
stadium.
that build up to the game yesterday and the couple hours leading up to it. They you can tell Newcastle fans really want something. Obviously they haven't. What is it? 60 something years?
68
Yeah,
years?
something like that.
68 years?
Since they've won a trophy or been in a final or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, I feel bad for them.
Yeah, it's kind of.
But
Look, I think the trajectory they're on currently, they will
yeah,
be getting a trophy in the next couple of years for
but
sure.
at the end of the day, they did come up against the most informed team in the league, or probably even in the world, really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, United, they're well, you know what? In the world, I'd say Napoli.
yeah, true.
But United, they're unreal at the moment.
Yeah.
And they can't be stopped. Rashford, I'm sick of seeing his
Well, they
celebration.
can be stopped. We stopped them a couple
Yeah,
weeks ago,
that's
but
true.
anyways,
That's
we'll
true.
move on for that.
But I'm sick of seeing Rashford's celebration.
Oh,
It's not even his celebration. He's just kind of adopted it.
yeah,
And yeah, it's just,
yeah.
I need it to end for him. I'm really upset that they won a trophy. I think it's their first in 7 or 8 years.
Oh,
6
yeah,
or
it's been a
7 years or
while.
something,
I think
so.
we were talking about it earlier. I
Yeah.
can't remember exactly what trophy they won last. I think
I think it was
said
the
something
Europa
about
League.
yeah, it was Europa League and then they won an FA Cup. They won an FA Cup the season Leicester won the league. I think they won the FA Cup, and then they beat Leicester in the Community Shield the season after. I think that's what their last trophy, but you can't even call that a trophy, the Community Shield. So the FA Cup, I guess. But yeah, good on you for winning a League Cup.
Yeah.
Like good stuff. Well
Well
done.
done. Really. Tin pot.
I mean,
might
good
as well
stuff.
won the
The
Audi Cup.
celebrations at the end. I mean, I get it. Like it's I think if it was our position where we hadn't won a trophy in ages,
Yeah, we'd be buzzing.
I mean, we'd be buzzing as well. But I mean, a trophy's a trophy. But I don't know.
What I did want to do real quick was compare Ten Hag versus Arteta.
Yeah, and they are comparable.
Yeah,
Because-
one's 60, one's 40, one's got hair, one doesn't. One's got 2 trophies in the Premier League after 6 months.
Yeah.
One has got one after, well, it is after 6 months for him to be
Yeah.
fair, but after almost 2 billion spent.
Yep.
One had Mustafi and Socrates and David Luiz.
Yeah.
The other one
Yeah.
had a 400 million. Like
Yeah.
they're neck and neck.
It
You
is-
know? They're very comparable.
Yeah, and you know what? Like Ten Hag, I would say is
After
a
his
better
20 years of managing experience.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what Ten Hag has over Arteta. But at the end of the day, Arteta came in to a team that was as shambolic as what you just said.
In an absolute
Like
shambles.
just players who didn't want to play
Didn't
for
get
the
to spend
club.
any money. He had to
Too
clear
much.
out.
The wage budget was just ridden with players on 250, 300k a week who were just
He had to
not
clear
as
out
good.
all the deadwood
Yeah,
and fix the wage budget
Yeah.
as you said. Get out all the egos
yeah,
in Aubameyang. He
Yeah.
got destroyed for that, but
Yeah.
look at it now. He's working out.
Yeah.
Aubameyang's going MLS. He's getting shipped off.
good move.
The only thing, Ten Hag did that as well with Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So you give him
Yes,
that.
and that's I really. I love that he didn't get criticism for that.
He didn't, did
He did not get criticism for
And-
dropping Ronaldo, but then when it came to him
Arteta
dropping
got destroyed.
Ozil and Aubameyang, especially Aubameyang, it was all hell breaks
Yeah.
loose. Like, just yeah,
it was you still don't hear the end of it.
No.
So there is a very clear agenda there, right? Against Arsenal, sort of thing, against Arteta. People don't like him because he's vocal, because he's young, he's bringing his ideas. But then you say that, people are saying, oh, you're just your legacy is nothing but an addition, an adage to what Pep has done. It's like, well, no.
Yeah.
He's like 2 years in.
How do you even,
He's won 2 trophies.
And Pep said it as well, is that he's
turned us from a top 8 team to title elect, champions elect. So
but Arteta was never just the guy who put out the cones.
No.
And there was actually a
if you watch Man City's All or Nothing documentary, if you do like a bit of research, you'll know that Pep and Arteta they were like a proper.
And there was before the City game last week, the one that we lost. Yeah. There was a kind of a short little video that I can't remember who put it out, but it was basically they sat down with each manager and asked them the same questions. And 90% of the responses were identical.
What, Pep and Arteta?
Pep and Arteta. Yeah. They were like, some of them was like, what does football mean to you? What is, what's your relationship with Pep like, or the other manager or whatever? And it was just like, they are so similar.
That's so
and that is, to me, that's scary. Because Arteta being, 18, 20 years younger than Pep, if he has got even an ounce of what Pep has.
He's just getting started.
Yeah.
And if you see what he's done with his Arsenal team, the way we were and the way we are now,
I don't think there's any manager that could have done nearly as good a job.
He's going to be serious.
From a rebuild point of view.
I think he'll probably hang around Arsenal for, if we get like 8 years out of him? Yeah. 6 to 8 years out of him, I think we'll have quite a few trophies.
Yeah.
And then I think he'll probably go Barca.
Yeah, I can see that.
Unless Xavi kicks on, but I think we need to keep him for as long as possible. And he will become one of
Pep's been at City for something like
about
8 years now. Yeah. So and he's still got a year or two left. He signed a new contract.
Yep.
So
I think and as long as Pep's at City, I think Arteta will 100% want to stay with Arsenal and try and outgrow the Pep shadow.
The City franchise, which will be difficult, but
it will be because
don't quite have the financial backing.
But I think he will want to be able to. Yeah, and that's the thing. He's not got the financial backing. He's had to make his own team. He's had to get relatively unknown signings, and he's been able to do it.
Yeah.
And look at us now.
Yeah.
God forbid we don't fall off the top now, but he's walking the walk.
Yeah. But that also, going back to it, that's no disrespect to Ten Hag. I think he's a quality manager. I think he will make this United team at least partially back to what.
Yeah, look, he's already started.
He is probably the best manager since Alex Ferguson.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he will really bring them back.
Yep.
I don't know if he'll win a title with them or what. I think it's too difficult at this stage.
Yep. It's too hard to say at this point, but
he's made the team. He they're the most informed team in the league.
Yeah, I really do just hate the comparisons because I just like the rebuild comparisons.
Yeah,
like one has had an unlimited budget and the others.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd go on all day about that because it just really annoys me. But shall we go on to Champions League?
We still have an Arsenal game to talk about.
Oh yeah,
obviously.
Okay, we'll do the Arsenal game. All right.
So the Arsenal game was a pretty standard, just boring. Wake up at. Oh, it wasn't even. Well, it was wake up for me, but 1 a.m. game, and it was just. Yeah, I think it was scoreline wise, it was tighter than it should have been.
1-0 to the Arsenal.
Yeah.
It was, it was, I think we made it look harder than it actually was. We kind of looked a bit stressful under the counter-attack. But at the end of the day, they had one shot from about 40 yards and it was 0.01 XG. So it was, they didn't really offer anything against us.
Yeah.
And if you see, they had a counter-attack at one point. It was 4 against 3. And then within 3 seconds, we got our player out to hold the ball up. And within 3 seconds, there was 10 players behind the ball again. It was so good.
Yeah.
The transition.
Yeah.
We're a transition team now, and it's just like It was so good to see.
Leicester struggled really. Like they struggled.
Madison.
They struggled against United last week. United put a couple more away than we did.
The first
but
half hour, Leicester were really good against United because they
Yeah,
had Madison.
true.
They were making the sort of things happen.
True,
De Gea saved them a few times,
yeah,
but yeah, they just didn't offer that against us.
yeah.
But yeah, look, there was a couple of VAR controversial things in there.
There was a couple of so Trossard's goal.
Yeah, what do you make
Right.
of the?
Trossard scores what could be a goal of the season contender.
It was a banger.
It was a banger, right? I don't know how much more top right you could have put it.
Yep.
Right. And then it goes to VAR, and it turns out that Ben White is holding
Danny Ward's.
Dan Ward's wrist or
Yep.
something.
Yeah, he was holding his glove. I think it was rightly called off.
Yeah,
I
I
do.
think so too. Just because it's, I don't know, you can't hold the keeper's hand down, can you?
But there is you can have a conversation there because you've seen the way Ramsdale was held against Villa.
Yep.
from
And that was
when
the
they
argument,
scored the
really,
corner.
wasn't it? So
I think Leno was held against Southampton
yes.
a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I think against Southampton this season as well, Ramsdale was held by Lianco or whatever.
Oh
yeah,
yes,
so-
something like that.
Like our keepers get held, they get obstructed, they get pushed all the time,
yep.
and nothing gets called for it.
Yep.
So what Ben White holds, he just wants to hold someone's hand.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
He wants a bit of love.
Yeah.
And yeah, they call it off. I think it's the right decision.
Yeah.
But we just need the consistency, as we
Yeah.
always say.
Yeah.
If you're going to rule that out, rule out all the others as well.
Yep.
And so then about 2 minutes later, there was a cross in the box. I think it was by Ben White. And Saka was the one in the middle. And Harry Sutar comes from behind,
Yep.
which in fairness, I think Sutar tripped.
Yes.
And I don't want to talk bad about my boy.
No.
'Cause that's my boy.
I'm an Aussie boy.
But yeah, I think he tripped and then he kind of brought Saka down with
Yeah.
him. So look, the ball's coming. Saka's got to jump and go for
Yeah.
the header.
Yeah.
It may have just been going over him,
Mm.
but we'll never know.
Exactly.
I guess
Just
we'll
like you'll never know if Danny Ward would have caught it
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Realistically, he could have punched it away anyways because
Exactly.
that's what he did.
But if you're gonna write that one off for a foul, then you need to be giving us that foul as well.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we didn't need it, but what if we did?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What would we get? Another apology?
Yeah. Yeah.
Another 2 points lost.
Another
because
ref
of
that gets booted.
Yeah, well, that's probably for the best, to be honest. But
Yeah.
apologies don't
No,
win
they
us leagues.
They don't give us
And
points.
we've had 2 already this season. We could have had another 3 on top of that.
And-
And that, if we didn't win that, we would have just got another one.
it was another game where what's his name, Dermot Gallagher or whatever. I think in the head.
Yeah,
of,
see, he
came out and said, "Oh yeah, it was a foul against
was a
Saka. It
foul."
should have been a penalty." Like it just seems like every second game we get something like that where they
Yeah.
come out right after and it's like, "Yep, it should have been."
this should have been called." It's
Yeah.
it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
And so the reason Lee Mason got the boot was because he didn't do his job. He didn't draw the lines. And so we had a brilliant goal.
Mhm.
It was about 20 passes in
Yep.
the build-up. Odegaard fed through Martinelli,
Yep.
who I think he was offside.
He looked offside, and he definitely would have been.
It was margins, and he
Yeah.
definitely would have been offside. But you see the Rashford goal
Yeah.
against, I think it was against Leicester 2 weeks ago. He was apparently onside. He was apparently onside when it looked like he was offside from the wing,
Yeah.
and the ball was played through. He looked like he was onside
Yeah.
when he looked like
Oh yes.
he
Yeah.
looked like he was other side of the fullback,
Yeah.
but apparently it was onside. See, so they could have drawn the lines,
Yeah.
showed us that he was off, and we'd be like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But they didn't.
But they didn't draw the lines
Yeah.
for a tight call like that.
Yeah.
I don't.
And it's not like it was
understand.
called offside.
Your brother was
Oh
fired.
no, it
for
was,
that.
wasn't it? It was. It
I
did
think
get
the
called.
linesman put his flag
Yeah,
up.
he did. Yeah.
But it was a close decision.
Yeah.
And they didn't give us any evidence. They didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, it probably would have been offside, but
Yeah.
what if it wasn't?
Mm.
You know.
You know, I've gotten sick of coming on here and just bringing out referees every week.
It's-
They're just. I don't know how much more we can say. Really, there's always something.
I think I've said it before, but it's the most infuriating thing for me about football. Is that where we can't do anything. The second you talk bad about it, you're getting fined. You're getting you get your doctor points.
Yeah.
You're whatever.
Did you see the video of when the team were coming out at after halftime into the second half. They were coming out from the tunnel and they were talking to the ref. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
So they're all they're in the tunnel, and it's probably a group of maybe 4 or 5. Like it's Ben White, Trossard, Xhaka was there, so Gabriel was there, a couple, or maybe a couple more or not, and they were all around the ref, being like, oh, why was that?
Well, when they're coming out for the second half.
Yeah, coming out for the second half, talking about the disallowed goal, our disallowed goal, Trossard's one.
Yeah.
And, Ben White probably seemed the most annoyed out of anyone, shaking his head, blah, 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 kind of showing him like... But, yeah, I don't know. Like we said, it probably should have been chalked off.
Yeah, look,
like it was, but...
Yeah, it was probably... It would have been the right call, but, like, it's just, like... It's not always what it seems at some times. So, as well, there was a game that happened... I think it was last night. I can't... I think it was... Which game was it? Palace versus Liverpool. 1 second. So we had and it was someone got booked. Anderson got booked. Joaquin Anderson. He got booked for after the whistle had gone.
Oh, yeah.
And that is because they had a corner and the referee called full time.
Oh, and he kind of went off the ref.
So he didn't let him take the corner.
Yeah.
So it's like they are like they're not letting the game be played sort of thing.
No.
Like, the game, it was 0-0. Like, you want to see goals, right? The game is played to see goals. Yeah. And you're actively looking for reasons to chalk out goals.
Yeah.
Like, there's a corner in the 95th minute.
Who was the ref, just out of interest?
Darren England. But, like, there's a corner in the 95th minute for Crystal Palace. And you're like, nah, full time.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you...
No,
like,
no, and you never see that, to be fair. No matter what time of the game it is. Exactly. How much got added on?
I think it was like 4 minutes. 90 plus 4.
3.
So it was, But it's just, little things like that is really, really frustrating.
Yeah. And that would have been a great result for Palace.
It would have been, exactly.
But you know what? The likelihood is they would have taken that corner and it would have turned into nothing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
But on the off chance that
that
they do get something from it, it's like, why would you rule that out?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would you blow the whistle when there's an attacking situation unfolding?
And it might have been a thing where he, like, I don't know, didn't even think it was a corner.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, that was a goal kick, but it wasn't, and it was just he blew full time, but it's like, and at that point, right, what do you do? Because you go and say, you can't go back and say, no, actually, we'll play the corner, and then I'll call it.
Exactly.
Although, actually, I say that, but remember United against Leicester, COVID season.
Yeah.
No fans. And it was, I think it was a Harry Maguire header, hit Maupay's hand against Brighton, and they get a penalty. Full-time whistle was called. United fans run over the ref being like, oh, handball. But the full-time whistle got called. They went over to VAR and then they went and took a pen. Yeah. I know that this is not a VAR call.
90 plus 18.
But you know what? If they realise that they've made a mistake,
it's just a shit show, that whole organisation.
Yeah.
But enough on that.
Yeah.
What? The next thing I wanted to say was Trossard.
Yeah.
Obviously, he scored a good goal.
But yeah, both Martinelli and Trossard.
Martinelli was more in the game.
Yeah.
He scored as well, and he was a bit more active on the left.
Yeah.
Can Trossard fill Jesus' boots? Can he fill the hole a bit better than Nketiah until Jesus gets back?
I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think Trossard is a way different player. Like, he is not anywhere even close to what Nketiah is. In terms of similarity.
He reminds me of Alexis Sanchez.
Yep.
In that he's got the dog in him.
Yep.
The dog in him.
Dog.
And he's got a low center of gravity. He's willing to run at the defender. He's got tricks. He's got a shot on him. He's just, I don't know. He just offers so much.
Yeah. But I think in terms of can he do what we're missing from Jesus? No.
I don't think so.
I think Jesus brings something completely different to this team.
Yeah. Jesus is him. I think Trossard can offer more than Nketiah though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be unhappy if we especially because we've got a couple games where we can test that.
Yeah.
And really have a look to see if Trossard can play that kind of false nine-ish sort of thing. Like that's what it seems like it may be.
Yeah.
And it was interchanged with Martinelli,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Like
They were
they both
interchanging the whole
swapped
time.
and
even with
Martinelli-
Saka, like for the penalty that he should have got, Saka was the most central.
Yeah, true. So and that I quite like that how that
Yeah.
that is up front.
Yep.
But I think that is mainly because you see that with when Jesus was there though, weren't you? Because he will drift out left so often.
Yep.
And that's what brings Martinelli into the game, isn't it? Because it just
'Cause
opens up that middle channel for him to
Yeah.
just take Jesus's place.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, so
He just brings a different level of tactical sort of. But I think Trossard will do it until Jesus gets back in 3 weeks.
yeah, hopefully.
I think it'll probably be a month or so.
But
And Keshi has apparently been playing with a knock, so I think.
But also
Trossard
that
will-
might be I reckon that might be a tactical thing in terms of we've got a Europa League game in a couple of weeks
Yep, true. That's
now.
true.
So
And Kechi's pretty much played every 90
Yeah.
since the World
so
Cup.
I think Nketiah will start that.
Yeah. Okay.
But
There's another thing was Jorginho, right? So since he's come in, since the 390s he's played, I think we've had more than 65% possession every game.
Okay.
So obviously he just helps us keep the ball.
Yeah.
He helps us dominate games.
Yeah.
Do you now, the party's back, do you now drop Jorginho for Partey?
And I noticed it when we were in that game as well. Partey, when he came on, I was just like, this is a weird sight.
Yeah.
Whenever Partey is fit, he plays.
That's the weirdest midfield out. Like Jorginho was going down, he was going through it.
Yeah.
And so we're making a sub, we bring on Partey. I was like, all right, so it'll be Jorginho.
Yeah.
He took off Odegaard.
Yeah.
And so it was...
Which I think rightly
Xhaka-
so, by the way.
Yeah.
Odegaard.
Yeah. Wait.
Rightly so that he took off Odegaard.
Yeah. Odegaard was kind of phasing out
Yeah.
in the end. But
It's an away day for Odegaard.
it was a
Never-
midfield of Xhaka, Jorginho and Partey.
Yeah.
That's the stiffest
It was so
midfield
weird, yeah.
I've ever seen.
But it did the job.
It did the job for the
So-
5 minutes. Partey was getting around too. So.
Yeah.
No, but what? Who do you play? Who do you play going forward?
I think it depends on the game, I guess. Well, I don't know. I think if Partey is fit, you play Partey.
I think Jorginho is better from the start against a team like City.
Yeah.
I'd probably play Jorginho because you want to really be dominating that game. Partey brings a bit more athleticism though.
I don't know. I think it depends. I think if it was a game against like Newcastle, you'd play Partey.
It was a couple
Because if you've got,
times,
I just feel like if you've got like a serious press
yeah,
of some real,
you
bit,
need
like
to
you've
be,
got Joelinton.
Although Partey's press resistant as well. Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying is if it was to
Okay,
get
yeah.
Newcastle, you play Partey.
yeah, okay.
I know Jorginho is good against the press as well.
And he's
But
got
there's
more
just
real-
something about Partey's athleticism, which
He's
is
got
way better than.
more recovery ability
Yeah.
than Jorginho
Yeah.
because against Leicester, there was a couple of times they were in down the left, in a bit of space down the left. Jorginho was the man in the midfield. He had to get across to him. You see him running back, and he's
Yeah.
so slow.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just wouldn't get to it. There's a big, I think Ramsdale made a big save. It was a big block from Saliba or Gabriel.
What was the save? Did he make a save in that game? Or was
No,
that last game?
I think
just
not from a
thought where-
shot. Not from a shot
No.
anyway, but yeah, there was a cross in from the left, and they kind of scrambled for it because Jorginho just could not get to the
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'm the same. I'd probably
And like we
keep
said,
Partey.
I think last week, I think Partey facilitates.
Partey makes us play a bit faster.
Yeah. Brings Xhaka back into the game,
Yeah.
which he's been off form, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He
has.
since Partey has been injured, he dropped off a little bit. Jorginho doesn't seem to be quite the like I said, facilitator that Partey is in terms of allowing Xhaka to free roam,
Yep.
really, because that's what he does.
Yeah, pretty much.
He moves out wide. He's more of a left midfielder.
Yeah.
so-
Getting up and down the inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Inside flank
Yeah.
sort of thing. Yeah. No, well.
But yeah,
Well,
So-
you play football manager now. You have to tell
I'm
me-
trying.
You have to tell me what you shack as a register.
Yeah.
As
A
you
Metzala.
tell me. Yeah, Metzala sort of thing.
But all right, well now we can move on to Champions League
I think
first leg fixtures.
we first leg. No, it's over, isn't it? No,
it's first leg.
it's the first
First
leg.
leg.
Yeah, my
First
bad.
leg.
Yeah, I think we'll make this pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this isn't. I mean, we've covered some of it or most of Champions League stuff
Yep.
briefly in the last couple of episodes, anyways. But Now that every first leg result is done, we can quickly go through them all. And Milan Spurs, Milan won 1-0. Probably undeserved.
Yeah, I think Spurs were very much the better team.
Yeah, surprisingly, actually.
But Milan away from home.
Yeah.
No, at home. Sorry, Milan at home. Kind of just they got it done.
Yeah,
1-0,
they did what they needed to get the win. Obviously, in these European games, away goals don't matter.
Yeah.
So
Not anymore. They don't.
So even if Spurs did get a goal, it wouldn't have done anything for them in terms of advantage or not.
Yep.
But yeah, Spurs were the better team, and at the end of the day, a 1-0 deficit can be overturned for sure. To take back home, which for them their home record is way better.
Yeah. Take back home. That's a really good 1-0. I think they can overturn that.
Yeah.
They just have to play obviously good football.
Yeah. Exactly.
They can't. Well, there's nothing stopping them sitting back and just counter-attacking. But I don't think they will. But with that team that Milan have, they've got every chance of getting something as well.
Yeah.
So that'll definitely be an interesting second leg.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I think Spurs might do it.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I think they might do it.
Yeah.
Which I predicted them probably not to. Like I would have thought Milan would have got more out of this game, but their performance to me showed.
You probably think Milan would.
Yeah.
Would do it.
When I saw this fixture, I thought, Spurs are done. But I don't know. We'll see.
We'll absolutely see.
Another one we'll see.
Yeah.
PSG Bayern.
Yeah.
Is we both we talked about PSG mainly in terms of if they don't go and win this Champions League this season, what does it mean for them? What is it? Is it a flop? Or
Yep.
I think it totally is.
And then they went and lost to Bayern, which again, Bayern at home only losing 1-0. Not terrible.
But it's at home. This is the thing: is that Bayern that's a good result for Bayern.
It was. PSG
at home.
PSG were at home. Okay, so now they have to go to Bayern and
that's tough. That's a tough game.
Neymar's
Bayern are good.
Still injured.
Bayern are still good.
I'm not sure if they play this week or if they play next week. So Neymar might be back, but
no. Neymar played. Neymar played. It was Mbappe. Mbappe didn't start.
Yeah. Okay.
So Mbappe, for some reason, I don't know why, he started on the bench, came on it in the second half. I don't really know. I don't really know what that was about.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one. Like, how do you fit all three of them in? I think the Messi, Mbappe, Neymar.
Yeah, and that might have been the thing. Is that was it just a tactical change formation wise, and you just couldn't fit them in? But surely you would figure out how to fit Mbappe in, right?
If you saw the result this morning, they beat Marseille 3-0.
Yeah,
with Messi and Mbappe each getting 3 goal contributions each. Yeah. Goal and assist, goal and assist, goal and assist. So yeah, look, they really got to turn it up. I'm sure this will be the last thing that Messi will want in his career, sort of thing. Obviously, he's done the World Cup. He's won a Champions League before, but he's not for a while. So I think he'll really be pushing for it.
Yeah.
And just see how he goes with that, really.
Yeah, it's been a while since he even did well in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So I think he'll definitely be wanting to obviously progress, but might prove difficult. One thing I actually did want to point out was in this game, a little kid by the name of Warren Zaire-Emery.
Little kid.
16-year-old.
Yep.
Starting in a Champions League round of 16
against Bayern
Munich. I had not heard of this kid until probably a couple of weeks ago because or it might have been even last week.
Yeah. Where you saw him start here.
Yeah, I saw him start here, and I was like, wait, I've heard this name before. Click on his little face on FODMob. Please sponsor us. 16, blood.
16. And you said as well, he's got 2 goals in 2 starts in the league.
Yeah, he's played 13 games, so he's made 13 appearances. I think a lot of his sub appearances are very minimal amount of minutes.
Game sort of thing.
But in 2 starts in the league, he has 2 goals.
That's crazy.
So
at 16.
Yeah. That's
sign
crazy.
Him up on FM.
Yeah. No, seriously. But yeah, who knows? I mean, he seems like he's a decent player, but at 16, it's like, how are you getting those sort of opportunities? That's nuts.
Silly.
Especially in the Champions League. For me, it's like, That's unheard of,
Yeah,
really. But
that's absolutely crazy. At a team like that, with the talent they've had, that they have starting a 16-year-old, for him to actually be doing well, he must be the guy. Like,
yeah.
On
Next
to the
game, pretty quick one. Club Bruges versus Benfica. Benfica 2-0 win away from home. I think that result probably just wraps it up.
Yeah,
really. They could probably go into that second leg being very confident.
Yeah,
Benfica.
I don't see Club Brugge really offering anything.
No, which is weird because at the start, in the group stage, they were very good.
Yeah,
they were very good in the group stage. I actually made a mistake. Again, I always make mistakes, don't I? Where I said that Club Brugge finished top of their group. They didn't. They came second. Porto finished top.
Yep.
But still, for Club Brugge to progress to a Champions League knockout stage was amazing. Weirdly though, the manager that got them there got sacked in the January window.
Yep.
And guess who came in?
Scotty Parker.
Scotty Parker
from Fulham. Where was he?
Yeah, we would remember
he was at
from
the Cherries,
Fulham.
Was he?
He went to Bournemouth. Well, he came from Bournemouth as his last job.
But he was at Fulham.
But he was at Fulham. That was his first time he really got,
Yep.
or we really saw him.
Yep.
But a bit of a weird one.
That is weird.
I just didn't like when I saw that. I was like, "What? How does that even? That doesn't just make sense in my brain." That he's the manager of Club Bruges, but I mean,
fair enough to him. And now, look,
and he might get him knocked out of the Champions League, which
going
the other
from
manager put him in.
the bottom of the Premier League to the round of 16 in the Champions League.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's what didn't really make sense was how he's managing Champions League football. But
best of luck to him. I suppose.
Yeah.
Second leg. Next we got Dortmund versus Chelsea.
Yeah.
1-0 to Dortmund.
Yeah.
Do you see Chelsea going to the Stamford Bridge and bringing it home? We've been hurt by backing Chelsea too many times.
You know what? I really want to say yes, but I don't know, because I just think Dortmund. We both said that this game was going to be almost unpredictable because they're two teams. Chelsea's poor on form.
Mm-hmm.
Dortmund is just weird.
Yep.
In Europe, they just never seem to get the results that they should.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good result.
Yep.
For them. Was a very good goal from Adeyemi.
Oh, that was unreal.
Unreal run full field run,
Yeah.
and then to top it off, the coldest backflip ever.
Did you see? I think it was in the game after that. He got an assist in the Bundesliga, and he did his hammy at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he actually has done his hammy or what the injury news is on that. But that's just great. You've never seen that. He's got an injury.
The last thing like that.
His hammy's gone, and he's still kept going and crossed it in, and then he's gone down. So
the thing that I compare that to as of recent was probably when Kimpembe did that tackle against Lille, where he's running back. He's done his hamstring, but he's still put in this massive sliding tackle, 1-on-1 with the striker was through on, and he's just done his hamstring tackle.
To what detriment is that to you?
Yeah,
to actually make that happen.
Yeah,
and like if it didn't work out,
it's a team player.
Yeah, no, that's huge. So, but I think Dortmund could get it done. They're joint top in the Bundes.
Yep, so they are very very good for them. I think they obviously it's always Bayern Dortmund up the top.
Yep,
but Dortmund seem to be putting the pressure on just a little bit more this season.
Good. Please make it more competitive.
Yeah, exactly.
Please make it more competitive.
Yeah, it is competitive. I showed you it before, remember? And it was like the top four are all within like 3 or 4 points of each other.
What I'm saying. It's never been... It's always just buy and run away with it. So please make it more competitive. That'd be so good.
Yeah.
Speaking of not being competitive, Liverpool lost. They went 2-0 up.
2-5.
They went 2-0 up, and then Real Madrid scored 5 without reply. So that was at home, by the way.
At Anfield. And this is what I've got here is what does Anfield mean now?
Like,
does it mean anything to you? Like, because obviously it was that sort of, you've obviously got that infamous game against Barca.
Yep.
But, Anfield was this fortress in Europe especially. But just in general, where Liverpool were like, we haven't lost here in however long.
Van Dijk hadn't lost there in like 80, 100 games or something.
And now it's almost like, well, that doesn't mean anything.
It's
So,
nothing. Well, does that now make? I think statistically, Real Madrid are now the favourites to win it.
well, yeah, I think statistically they are, but
I think the
do
bookies
you
are backing
do you
them.
think that they what are their chances of winning it, you
I
reckon?
don't see. I feel like it's kind of, if we win it, we would go like to the final, because I don't see anyone else that's really.
It doesn't seem as competitive, hey? Like,
Yeah,
and that's the thing. A lot of these results,
you can never write off City, but like at the
No.
same time you can.
No, but well, yeah, exactly. I don't think there's one for me. There's not a team where it go, yeah, stand out. They're going to
Yeah.
win it.
I look at all these teams and I'm like, if Arsenal were to play them right now, there's
The funny
there's
thing
no reason
about
we
this-
can't beat each and every one of them.
Yeah. The funny thing about this is that the teams that are in this Champions League, the English teams, so obviously last year it was English domination in all European competition, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was kind of just like, and it is England. English teams are obviously the
The pinnacle, right?
yeah, but
They've taken over all of Europe, but now
Yeah.
it's kind of like
but these teams that are in it, apart from City, Liverpool, Spurs, and Chelsea, Spurs are yes they're fifth, they're doing all right, but they're not a Champions League team.
they're not a great
Liverpool
team.
and Chelsea are somewhere around 8th and 9th.
They're Champions League teams, but they're not playing
No.
like Champions League teams.
No, exactly, and that's what I mean. So that's why I think I could have easily, we probably would have backed an English team to win it.
Yep.
But who knows? I don't really have a team that I think
I
think is clear for me.
if it's, I honestly, my favorite, well, who I would want to win it right now is
Yep.
probably Napoli.
Oh, that'd be
then-
so cool.
And then Real Madrid,
Yeah,
because I just don't care about
yeah,
it. If one of the English teams wins it, I'll probably be like, oh fuck, like,
yeah, yeah,
I really don't want City to win it before we do.
yeah.
Um,
If Liverpool win another one, then it's just something that they've got over. They'd actually have that over United, because
Yeah.
I think they both would have.
and if Chelsea win another one, they'll have that to say, oh, our season wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but Chelsea won't win it.
yeah.
But yeah, I think, and then Bayern and PSG are like, but well, PSG if they get knocked out, and then Bayern are just like,
If Bayern win, I
they're
don't really
okay.
care. PSG win, I'd be happy to see Messi
Yeah.
win it. But
Yeah, exactly. But who knows? Who knows? Hey,
Frankfurt versus Napoli. 2-0 to Napoli.
Yeah.
I think pretty easy.
and you know what?
honestly.
After you saying Napoli, you want Napoli to win it. I actually really think they could.
I don't see why not.
I don't see, after thinking about that, I think, the form that they are in this season, especially in the league, they are cruising. 18 points clear, I think,
Really?
in the league, in
18
Serie A.
points?
18 points, I think. Like they've won it.
That's
They've won the
crazy.
league already, nearly. Like
So
in a
they
couple
can-
leagues time, in a couple games time, if they go and win the next like 3 or 4 games,
So they can go all in on
They've
the
won it.
Champions League too.
yeah, essentially, yeah, they've just won it.
Legit, they're 18 points
They're
clear.
18 points
They're
clear,
18 points clear.
and they've got
Inter.
and the star of their team, Victor Osimhen.
I wanted him 2 years ago.
Honest,
I
19
wanted him
goals,
2 years
19
ago.
league goals in 20 games for Osimhen
That's crazy.
is crazy.
That is actually, he's him.
Yeah,
He's him.
yeah, and he's got 2 in the Champions League.
I don't see
Scored one
why
against
they
Frankfurt.
can't. It's so weird to think about though, right? Because 2 years ago, they were our feeder team. We were doing like the Chelsea on them. They would analyze targets,
Yeah,
and we'd be like, all right, we'll have him. And now look at him now. How is that?
Yeah.
It's kind of out of nowhere.
yeah.
This season that they've just taken.
But that's
themselves
so
to a
cool.
new
I think
level.
that's awesome. Is that
Their left winger. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. I'm worried. My
Kvaradona?
couch will-
Kvaradona,
my-
people say.
Kvaradona. My couch will
Ridiculous
start floating.
comparison there, by the way.
The couch will start floating if I say his name. So. But yeah, look, he's a baller. I want him as well.
Yeah. No, he missed a penalty in this game actually.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, there you go.
Who?
Bozo blood.
Yeah. And for Frankfurt, their star player,
Is-
Colomwani.
Is he their star player?
He is their star player. I think he has something like 8 goals, 9 assists or something like
Does he?
that in the league. I think that was a week ago, so I'm not sure if he. I think I
said-
saw something like that.
In the World Cup final, he looks like the most boring guy. I've
He
ever
does.
seen.
He looks like when you make a pro player on FIFA, and that's what turns up. Like that's just
that's one of the standard ones before you start editing your player.
Yeah.
Like he just,
yeah,
you edit him, put like a mad like afro on him or something.
Yeah.
But that's just the standard one that pops up
Yeah.
before you start.
yeah. But
Fair play to him though, if he's a baller.
he is
Emi Martinez
the
wouldn't
one.
agree.
Yeah, so the one who would have been extra time, I think.
Yeah.
Got that 1-on-1 against Emi Martinez.
Yeah. And
And
massive save.
big save for Emi Martinez.
So. But yeah, no, fair enough. We'll have to keep an eye on that one as well.
Yeah.
I think Napoli will cruise through it. But
Yeah. Leipzig City.
This is an interesting game.
Yeah.
1-1, which is not great for Man City.
No.
But yeah, you put here they didn't make a single sub, and I said to my mate as well. I said every player they were pretty much full strength, not quite, but pretty much full strength, and they played the full 90.
Yeah.
100 minutes. And it's like that's got to be detrimental to their
exactly.
running, right?
Especially now that they've they've got a league game in a well, no, they've got a bit of a break, but they had a game on the weekend, and it's like, well, I mean, fair enough. If your players can play 90 minutes and you don't have to do subs, but the issue is, for me, the only time you would do that and not do subs is when you're winning like 3 or 4-0.
Yeah. Yeah, in like the next leg.
How do you go and
maybe that's why they drew, because they have played that many games. Like they just come off the back of playing Arsenal, they played Aston Villa, they're playing a lot of minutes. Yeah. And to not make any they made a few changes to their starting team, but to not make any subs, that's crazy.
Yeah. Unfortunately for them though, it was away from home. Obviously away goals, like I said, doesn't mean anything, but that means the second leg is at home. Which would be much preferred.
Surely they'll be able to.
Yeah, I think surely they do the job. Like they have to get that done.
Yeah, and I think look, we want them to go further and lose than to get knocked out now and just put all their attention on the Premier League.
Yeah, and I thought as well, actually, going into this game, I thought German team, Haaland is gonna wreak havoc. Mm-hmm. And he didn't wreak havoc, he just wreaked.
He just wreaked.
So, I think he only had one shot in the game. He had 22 touches, least amount of any player in the game or something like that.
Jeez.
So, But
look, I think they will turn him over. They'll go home and turn him over though.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'd love seeing upset.
I think they weren't special, Leipzig. They weren't anything great. Like, yes, they got that goal, but it was probably against the run of play.
Most likely so.
But yeah, so not great for City, but I think they can turn it around. And the last game, a little boring again, like most of these European games.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Inter Porto.
What do you got to say about that?
That was
a Lukaku goal.
Not much. Yeah, well, that's all I've got here really is Lukaku scored. So I kind of forgot that he existed.
Could be an interesting second game.
And actually, this is what I want to say. I think Porto win this game.
Yeah?
I think Porto win this game. I think Porto go home and they win this 3-0.
I'd love to see that.
I reckon. Yeah, I think both Milan teams after last season, they just aren't that great.
Yeah.
They just don't seem... the Serie A... Oh, actually, this is what I wanted to bring up. The Serie A, right, now it's getting more competitive, isn't it? It's not just... It was obviously the last decade, it's just been, Juve for the most part running away with it. AC obviously won it the last season into this season before that. Yep. And Napoli now this season.
Yep.
But I had a bit of a dive into this, right? Juventus are 8th. Right,
that's after their 15.
That's after their 15-point deduction. If they did not get deducted 15 points, they would be tied second.
Joint second,
which is crazy.
With Inter and AC Milan, they'd be joint second. Then Roma 3 points behind.
Because this might be the worst Juventus team I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
so for them to still be even up there, because at the start of the season before that deduction, they were around about that 4th to 6th.
Yep.
So they've obviously got the results in the last.
Has only got 8 goals.
Yeah. All three of their top scorers. So Vlahovic, Milik, and Keane. All 3 of them are strikers. So how do you play all 3 of them?
Yeah,
you don't surely.
Yeah, exactly.
But either way, moving on.
Yeah. Look. Well, on the topic of Juventus, I do want to talk about their Europa League game purely because did you see Di Maria's goal?
Oh,
he got a hat trick.
My God,
he got a hat trick first of all. I didn't see the other 2 goals, but that one first time curl on the left top bin.
He might be one of the most. I think
underrated?
he must be one of the most underrated wingers of our generation.
Yeah, I can
honestly
agree with you.
Even you saw his performance at the World Cup.
Yep.
Got that goal in the World Cup. He got he was so good for Argentina. I think his transfer to Juventus surprised me
Yep.
just in general. Like it was kind of like, oh, you know,
It wasn't a bad move at the time.
no. And I think if Messi wasn't at PSG, he would still be there starting.
Yeah, for sure.
Di Maria.
Yeah.
I think he is still so quality.
Yeah.
Di Maria. I seriously think.
Again, one of the most underrated players of this generation.
Yeah, no, I agree.
On his day, he's right up there with the best.
His left foot is so sweet.
I've called it since about 2014. I had the first FIFA that I was actually playing a lot. I had Di Maria on my right wing. All I would do is cut in and just finesse it on his left.
Yeah.
No matter where I was, and it would go top bins.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was broken in that FIFA still, but like
I just remember the.
I
just remember
Maria
the
special since then. I'd say Di Maria special.
I remember the Di Maria cam card, 86 rated when he was at United.
Yeah.
Oh,
crazy.
that United transfer, by the way, was just
all I can
weird
think about is that chip that he did. But
yes, true. Yeah.
And I don't remember anything else about him being United.
Yeah.
Speaking of United.
Yeah.
Jeez, we're good at... How good are we at segues?
You're so good at this.
Oh, anyway. 2-1. So they beat Barca 2-1. Yeah. They went through. They went 1-0 down.
Yeah.
They said, I told my landlord to increase my rent. That's how much I believe in myself. Yeah, so they won 2-1. They came back and,
like we said, I think we both... I think after that first leg, I thought, United win this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which
Rashford scored again.
Yeah.
Sick of it.
And they were celebrating that like they'd won the Europa League.
Yeah.
It's round of 32, blood. You had to qualify to be in the round of 16.
Who's going to tell them that they had to play that game to get to where Arsenal got automatically?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, they think they won it when they just gave themselves more work to do.
Yeah. They came second in a group with Real Sociedad.
Yep.
And no one else, really, by the way. But anyways.
Well, we got in the round of 16.
Yeah, so the draw for the round of 16 obviously got done after that.
When does it actually start?
I want to say, so obviously this week goes into March. Next week, I believe it is. So not this week, but the week after is our first leg against Sporting we got. Am I lying?
You're lying. Yeah, no, we got Sporting. Although...
no, as in...
Oh, what, when it's being played?
Oh, yeah. I got done. When the draw was on. I was wanting to watch it. So it was at 9 p.m. for us. And I tried to go to watch it and I forgot about it.
I completely forgot about it, eh?
And then come like maybe half an hour after that and I get a notification saying, Europa League draw's done. Have a look at the big fixtures here. Like it was just like a standard, I think it was just like a FOTMob notification or whatever. Yeah. And I go to click on, I went into the app anyways. And I find a news article saying, Europa League fixtures. Click on it, go down, scroll down, find the fixtures, and it says that we got Sevilla. And I was like, oh, that's not bad. I don't mind that. And then I was looking at all the other games, and I go and text you, and I'm like, oh, we got Sevilla, blah blah blah. And I was giving you like little things about it, and then you're like, what are you talking about?
I was like, what are you on, brother? Like, we did not get Sevilla.
I got done by a news article that had a computer simulation of the round of 16, and I just misread it.
You made me trip out. I went back on Twitter. I'm like, no, it's Sporting.
I was
so confused. It says Sporting.
I was like, I said that to you, and I was like, how are you not even up to date? Like, how did you not see this? We just drew them. And you're like, what are you talking about?
I came back to you. I'm like, no, like, what do you mean? Like, it's Sporting, you bozo. Like, and you're like, it's Sevilla, I promise. I'm like, go have a look.
I got done. But anyways, Sporting is...
I think it's a winnable game.
I think it's a winnable game.
I think they're all winnable.
I think every single game in this should be a winnable game. But, away game first. Who knows?
On Sporting the 10th of March.
Sporting they beat
Midtjylland. 3:45 a.m.
Yeah, disgusting. I don't know if I'm going to watch that, to be honest.
I'm going to watch it. You can't.
I think you have to. Oh, true.
You're fake, brother.
No, what do you mean, man?
Oh, go watch Sevilla. I don't care.
Anyways. Other key games out of that draw, I guess. The United game, they got Betis. Pretty decent for them. Another Spanish team.
Yep.
So, not...
Another one.
Yeah. Again, winnable.
Yeah, winnable.
Absolutely.
I think they beat Barca, they can beat Betis.
Yeah. So, and then Juventus, after their 3-0 win against Nantes. Anyways, awkward name.
Di Maria's 3-0 win.
Yeah.
Against the Nantes.
The Nantes. Freiburg they got. So, again, pretty winnable, I think. Freiburg got fourth in the Bundesliga last season, I believe.
Interestingly, though, Ajax.
Oh no, they can't.
Got knocked
no, they
out.
would have. They did.
I actually got knocked out by Union Berlin.
Yes.
So
The Union of Berlin.
they're second in the third in the
Third in the Bundesliga.
In the Bundes.
Yeah, not quite the Premier League.
Yeah,
but
not quite. So yeah, it should be interesting to see how Union Berlin go.
yeah. Against who did they get? I haven't written it down.
I don't know, but they beat Ajax.
They beat Ajax 3-1, which is
Not relevant.
no.
Not relevant. No
But
one
anyways,
cares.
they're in it as well. Which, when looking at the draw and looking at the teams that we could get, I was hoping we didn't get them because I am actually
Union
a little scared of.
Berlin.
I am actually a little scared of Union Berlin. You know,
I was
they-
kind of looking at it. There were plenty of teams. There's some decent teams. Roma's in it.
but this is the thing. This
Some
European
decent teams.
Europa League seems like
So I was like, I'm not sure who.
there wasn't one team where I was like, yeah, that would be the team I hope to
Everyone
get.
was saying like, oh, give me. I can't remember who it was, but just give me the average team. Let me have. A
I
look
would have been
real
glad if we got Sevilla.
quick. Yeah.
They're not a terrible, you know. There's like Ferencvaros, the Hungarian, I want to say.
Everyone was saying, yeah. Everyone was saying, give us the Ferencvaros.
Yeah.
Union.
Saint Gilloise, they
Yeah. Oh, give me Fenerbahce. I'm like,
yeah.
honestly, at this
Yeah.
point, we're gonna have to beat the best
Shakhtar
in
without
anyway.
Mudryk.
Just give me Roma. I don't
Yeah.
care. Just give me someone.
Yeah. Because at the end of the
Worth
day, if we
watching
can go
sort
on,
of
if we
thing.
can go and win the Europa
I'm
League,
confident we can beat any of them. So
give us a really hard run to the Europa League and
Yeah.
we win it, that'd be so cool.
yeah, exactly. It'd probably ruin our Prem hopes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think. Well, Bellerin's coming back.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah,
to see.
true,
We'll
yeah.
have- We'll have Bellerin come back.
I forgot that he even went to Sporting, eh?
Look, I forgot he even still played footy. To be
Yeah,
honest, I thought
well,
he was a model these days.
Yeah, stylist.
Yeah, stylist sort of thing. But
Um,
yeah, I think that should be a good game.
yeah.
10th of
so
March.
10th of March. So yeah,
2 weeks
not this
time.
week, but the next.
Yeah,
On the Friday.
Yep.
For us, Friday morning.
we might do
Lovely.
we might do a prediction for it.
Yeah,
next
maybe.
week, so we'll
Yeah,
see how we go.
let's-
See
yeah.
how we're feeling. Might
Maybe we'll just
spice
chuck
it
it
up
in
a
there.
little
Yeah,
bit.
exactly. Yeah.
But
But getting onto our predictions.
onto again the segues there. Let's just jump in on it.
Yeah. So this week, we had 9 games, including the Carabao Cup final last week.
Yep.
But this week we have 11 Premier League games to cover.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
fair.
because there are 2 Arsenal games.
They
so
are 2.
If it was 2 City games or something, 2 Southampton games, we probably wouldn't do it because it's just whatever. It's just one that was in a previous game week, but because it's 2 Arsenal games, we'll put it in there.
Yeah. So,
Do you want to kick us off?
well, do we want to cover the results of last week?
Look, do you want to look like a loser again? Because
yeah, maybe I should have said that.
yeah, let's do it. So, first game, Fulham Wolves ended 1-0.
Yep.
1-1, sorry.
1-1.
I said 2-0. You said 2-1 to Fulham.
Yeah. So both got no points.
Either way, 0 points either way.
Everton Villa ended 2-0 Villa.
Yep.
I said 1-0 Villa. Got a point for that. You said 3-1 3-1 Villa. You got a point for that.
Southampton Leeds was 1-0 to Southampton.
Nope,
I said it'd
wrong.
be a draw.
1-0 Leeds.
1-0 Leeds, sorry. Either way. I said it'd be a draw. You said it'd be a Leeds win, so you got
Yep.
a point. I didn't.
You.
Leicester Arsenal, we both called it Arsenal win.
Yep.
Didn't get the score right. We said it'd be a bit higher scoring than that. So we both just got 1 point each.
Yep.
West Ham Forest. Interestingly, that's where you said Forest would
So,
win.
you know what? I backed Forest
You
because I
said
thought
2-1
no, because
Forest.
I went for a different approach this week. The previous weeks I go, oh yeah, you know they seem likely to win, and it was just the previous weeks where there was one week where we got like 3 points each or something stupid, and then the week before that I didn't get many points. But I was mainly just looking at it like, oh yeah, they seem the better team. I wasn't really thinking upsets. So this week I thought upsets a little bit, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And I thought Forest, yeah, I reckon they can get something from the West Ham game. Absolutely not. That was the worst prediction of the week. I said 2-1 Forest.
2-1. What did I
And it
say?
was a
I said
4-0
2-0.
win for West Ham.
I said 2-0 to West Ham, so I'll take a point there.
Yeah.
Bournemouth City, we both said there would be a lot of goals in there. We said
Yeah.
City would destroy them. Yeah, they won 4-1. I said 5-0. You said 4-0. It was 4-1, so we both get 1 point. Palace Liverpool. Interestingly, we both said 1-1 because we said Palace is the weird team
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
who knows what they're going to
Yeah.
do.
And
it
they
was
did get a
0-0.
draw. They did get a
It was
draw.
0-0, so we'll take a point each.
Yeah.
Spurs Chelsea. This is where we differed again. You thought Chelsea would win 1-0. I thought Spurs would win 1-0. Spurs won 2-0. I'll take a point. You take 0. And then Carabao Cup, we both said United win. Didn't get the scores right.
Yeah.
So we both got a point. And with the goal scorers, Veghorst didn't score.
Yep.
Bruno Fernandes didn't score. They both had their chances.
Yeah, we are terrible.
But they didn't score. So I got 7 points for the week.
Yep.
You got 6.
Yeah.
I'm on 27 points. You're on 22.
We aren't great at predictions, are we?
Speak for yourself.
Well,
I got 7 points, brother.
well,
7 out of 11. 7 out of 9 points.
yeah. Don't get me to
7
predict
out
your
of 10
baby
points,
gender
bro.
or something. I couldn't do it. Well, moving on. Game week 26.
Yes.
We are on. We're flying through the season, aren't we?
Jesus, it's almost over.
Yeah, I know. They do go quick. All right. Do you want to start us off? Do you have
We'll
more?
kick us off with Arsenal-Everton. I think this is going to be a revenge tour. Everton
Yeah.
come to our turf this time.
Yeah, our
They come to the Emirates, where we're known for conceding goals,
Yep.
not getting clean sheets. But I've still gone 3-1. Arsenal
Wow, 3-1.
3-1. Don't say you got the same.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do.
3-1.
Yeah, of course you do.
People are going to think we look at each other. I look at you. Well, anyways.
Sorry. Anyway.
But
yeah,
I've said 3-1.
yeah.
I think pretty similar. Yeah, home we don't keep clean sheets. I reckon we concede a goal to Everton.
Yep.
It would be like a, I don't know, McNeil screamer or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Absolutely.
I think it'll be
Murray Graves on
cruisy,
it.
to be fair. I think it'll be a pretty simple game for us.
Yep.
I hope.
Although simple game, it won't be for Liverpool,
Really?
who play Wolves.
Yeah.
So I've gone with a 2-1 win.
No, you haven't.
Shut
No,
up,
you
no.
haven't.
You've gone the same.
I've
way,
gone 2-1 Liverpool.
brother.
What is happening?
I think they'll have just enough. What
Yeah.
do you mean you've got the
I
same?
went same thing, bud.
All right. Well, I can guarantee we don't have the same for the next one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what do you have?
Well, Man City and Newcastle.
Yeah.
I went 2-2.
No, I'm joking. No, I don't have 2-2. That's interesting. So you think Newcastle are going to get something out of
I
that?
hope. I think they're gonna.
You think they're going to want revenge against a Manchester
they're
team?
gonna be a bit upset that they didn't win the
Yeah.
final, which it could work one of two ways
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
But I think Man City, having played 90 minutes,
Yeah.
3 90s in like 6-7 days, I think they could be a bit off it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm calling high scoring. I'm looking at it now. I'm kind of thinking, you're a dickhead. Why would you go for that? But
Yeah.
spice up a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't win all the points.
Yep.
I got to give you something every now and then.
Alright.
What are you going?
Well, I again this week went for something a little different. I thought, well, this is one thing I've noticed is first game of the week. So technically, these Everton and Liverpool games are midweek games,
Mhm.
right? They're on the Thursday for us,
Yep.
which means the start of the new week for the game week is technically the City Newcastle game.
Yep.
And that game, whenever I look at it,
The early kickoff.
it seemed the early kickoff always is an upset. It's not what you think. And I think City are going to win.
Yeah.
Hence why
Is that
I've
an
gone
upset?
Newcastle are going to win.
Yeah?
I think this is the upset. We've got here.
That's interesting.
I've got this is my thought process here. Newcastle 2-1.
2-1.
2-1. They're gonna want revenge. They obviously lost in the Carabao Cup final.
Jeez, okay.
Oh,
Look,
pretty
either way,
poor form in the league in the last couple of games.
either way, Man City dropping points,
That's all we need.
I love it and I think I deserve it.
I think if anyone's gonna drop, I think if City are gonna drop points from anywhere,
It's going to be...
it's got to
At home?
be at home. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
Doesn't
fair
matter.
enough.
Newcastle are class. They'll be back. They'll be wanting revenge. Newcastle.
Anyway.
It's not funny. What
Moving swiftly on. Arsenal Bournemouth. At home.
Burnmouth.
Bournemouth. Jason Bournemouth. I've gone pretty routine again. I don't think we'll score as much as City did, but 2-0. Up
Okay.
the arse.
Double that and pass it on. And that's what I've got.
4-0.
4-0. 4-0 Arsenal. I think it'll be cruisy. I think
I'd
we're going to
love a
be... And you
4-0.
know what? What did I say last week, Daniel? You know what I predicted last week? In the... I don't know if you remember. What did I say about Saka? Do you remember what I said about Saka?
You say a lot of stuff about Saka.
Yeah, what did I say?
I
I don't know if you remember. If you don't remember, that's fine. I said Saka is due a hat-trick.
No way.
Here
you
it
said
is.
hat-trick.
Here it is. Saka is due a hat-trick here.
Nah, see, I think
He's getting a hat-trick.
I think the teams that every time over the last couple of years we've said, oh yeah, they're last, they're shit. They get nothing against anyone. We always struggle against them.
No.
I don't think we'll
not this
struggle
year,
per
buddy.
se, but I don't think we'll make it look as cruisy as we should. Like, it's one of those games where I think we'll score early, and we'll be like, oh yeah, we're going to put 6
cruisy.
past them.
Yeah,
And
true.
then it'll be like 1-0, 2-0.
Fair.
But
Fair.
like we'll just have them on strings all game.
Be wrong.
basically.
So I'm getting this right.
Right, fair enough.
This is my week, guys. This is my week. I'm getting
Not
points
Not
this
with
week.
calls like fucking Newcastle.
No, but that's how you
at
win them.
home
That's how
and
you win them. You go crazy calls and you
Bournemouth
win.
to
You win them
fucking hold
like that.
4 again.
Yeah.
Like, nah. Alright.
Yeah, they are.
Villa Palace. You go first.
All right.
Just a weird.
This is a
game,
battle.
man.
Yeah, this is a battle of weird. This is a battle of
weird.
odd teams. Probably one that, you know what, Crystal Palace are going to win this game. But no, I haven't predicted that.
Oh,
Poor form. Villa are going to win 2-1.
shut the.
Oh, you haven't.
I've gone the same. This is not even fun at this point.
Oh, we're going to get the same amount of points. No, we've gone 2 games that are different here out of 5 so far. Okay. So,
yeah, I went 2 on Villa as well. I back.
do you think Ollie Watkins continues his goal streak? He's on 5 out of 5 right now.
Yeah, look, I don't see why not. He's the guy at the moment. I think Emery's. He's in his run of games where he gets X amount in a row and yeah. I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, Brighton West Ham. What do you got?
I went 3-1 to Brighton.
Oof.
As much as West Ham are in goal scoring form,
Yep.
I think Brighton. Although they're at home, they're better away from home, aren't they? So, whatever. I've gone 3-1.
I have taken that into account,
Mm.
and I've said Brighton 1, West Ham 1.
1-1.
1-1. I think the game against Forest, as much as it is Forest, West Ham, great result.
Yep.
Brighton, bit of a drop in form, bit of a dip.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, at home they're not as good as they are away from home.
Yep.
I think West Ham can get something from this game.
No, I'd love to see. Actually, no, I want Brighton to win. I'll be honest.
I want Brighton to win too, but because my prediction, I don't want to look like a dingus.
Well, it's too late.
Anyways.
Chelsea Leeds is up next,
Ooh.
and I know we keep saying every time we back Chelsea, we get like done for,
Yeah.
but I think there has to be a game, and I know I say
There
this every
has to be. We said it for
I say this
4 or
every week
5
as
weeks
well.
now.
There has to be a game where they just get a win. They haven't got a win in however long, so I think this will be where they get something.
Yeah,
Not something. They get everything. They get 3 points.
they get everything. They
I've
get all
gone-
the marbles
Yeah, all the marbles. I've gone Chelsea 2, Leeds 1 at the bridge.
at the bridge. Win at the bridge.
At the bridge.
London Bridge ain't fallen.
No. Well, it already has, but
Anyways,
Stamford Bridge has. but-
I similarly said Chelsea 2, Leeds 0.
Good.
Clean sheet. Clean sheet for the Chelsea.
Which
Up the
they're decent
Chelsea.
at the back, aren't they? So that's a good shout.
I think surely if they do not beat Leeds,
Yeah.
then there's something. There's something up with this team, and
There's
Potter should get the boot.
There's something in the water.
Yeah.
Well, up next,
Wolverhampton
Wanderers.
Spurs.
Wanderers
Yeah.
versus Spurs. What do you reckon? I've gone 2-0 to Spuds away from home.
I have also said Spurs will keep a clean sheet.
Yep.
But I only said 1.
1-0.
1-0 Spurs.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
1-0 Spurs away from home. Decent result, I think, for them actually.
I think that would be a good result. I think.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. If you do hear a dog in the background,
Yeah.
it's
The dog's on a mission
it's
to
just Thomas. He's got that dog
get
in him,
the
so
electrician.
Yeah.
Jeez, right out the door as well.
He's
Good on
honest.
him. He's on a
honest,
mission.
like yeah.
Apologies.
We'll make this quick then. Southampton, Leicester.
Big game for me. I've said.
Yeah, big game.
Yeah,
What, big scoring?
big scoreline for me. I've said 4-1 Leicester.
Leicester. Okay, I said 2-1 Leicester.
Yeah, 4-1 Leicester.
Okay.
For me.
Away
think-
from home.
I think
Will
Madison
be back?
away day.
Will he be back though?
It's going to be awesome. Yeah.
Fair enough. Forest Everton. I said 1-1.
No, poor draw for me. 0-0. 0-0. No goals here.
That's boring.
Forest are average. Everton
You're boring, brother.
away from home, average.
Liverpool United.
Ooh, probably the big game of the week, actually.
I
The
said-
game of the week.
I said a lot
Apart
of
from City and
goals, too.
Newcastle, I think this is the other one.
I said a lot of goals too.
Yeah, did you? What did you say?
I said 2-3. So United winning.
Whoa.
United winning by
That's
a goal.
lots.
5
That
goals.
is lots.
5 goals.
I've said shut up, dog.
Got that dog.
I've said 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
And I think we haven't picked a goal scorer, so I think we'll save it for the Liverpool.
Do we want to do it for the Liverpool United game?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that.
Can I back the same player I did last time?
I want to.
What did you say for this? 1-1.
Yeah, I said 1-1.
Right.
I want to pick a Liverpool goal scorer because I feel like we did the United one against Carabao Cup in the Carabao Cup this week.
You can pick whoever you want.
What do I want to choose? What do I want to choose? Here?
I'm going Bruno Fernandes again.
Okay. You're a bit boring, but anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, well, boring gets results.
Well, do I just go for a Marcus Rashford?
Well, you can.
Maybe I will.
Because
we didn't go boring this week. You've gone boring. You know
like
what? I'm going to go boring, and I'm going to say Rashford.
I feel like he's scored a lot recently.
Because you know what? At the end of the day, as much as I am boring wins you points.
You're just stealing my lines now, brother.
Boring will win leagues. And we are going to win this predictions league right here with this point.
Anyway.
Come back to the end of the season when
With
I
that
win by
1
1 point because I
that
picked
1
Rashford in game week 26.
You're chatting, brother. Anyway.
But at the moment, you are flying
I'm
against
clear,
me,
5
aren't you?
points clear.
27 points for you and
Much like
22 for
Arsenal.
me.
I'm 5 points clear at the top.
Yeah. Yep. Fair enough. Fair
Alright.
play. But you know what? One game can all change that.
It won't, but yeah.
But it will. This week, all my predictions are a bit abnormal.
Yep. Yeah, they are.
Bit out of the bit just kind of
Weirdo.
unforeseen results. But you know
Straight
what?
up
That's what
weirdo.
wins. Like I said, that's what's going to win it.
Yeah,
So
we'll see. It's just
All
going
right,
to
well-
give me the lead even more. But
yeah, this has been a crazy long episode.
yeah, for no reason. at
Yeah,
all.
no
There's-
reason. We didn't mean it.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah, you know
We
what?
just-
We've been waffling,
Just quite. We don't shut up.
but
so.
you guys love a waffle.
If anyone's still listening right now, comment down below. Say waffle in the comments.
Yeah.
Which we're going to get 0 comments.
Yeah.
So you can say whatever you want right now.
Yeah.
And no one will care.
Yeah.
Because no one will listen.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And we'll see you in episode 8.
till then. Be good.
Peace out.